Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of Swamp Thing. It's a sci-fi horror, I'll probably put it as a horror. Came out in 1982. Amazon has it down as a 15, IMDb is a PG. It's an hour and 31 minutes. Amazon is 4.2 out of 5, IMDb is 5.3 out of 10. I'll read both the synopsises. Amazon is... A research scientist accidentally turns himself into a walking, talking hunk of slime, which is part plant, part swamp, and part human. The human side still has feelings for his ladylove and protects her from his arch nemesis and fellow scientist. And IMDb is, after a violent incident with a special chemical, a research scientist is turned into a swamp plant monster. Loads of S's in there. So the director is Wes Craven, who directed A Nightmare on Elm Street. Awesome, love them all. Writer is Wes again, and he did Night Visions. Producer, well, we have Benjamin Melnicker, who produced Batman Begins, which is a great film, and Michael E. Uslan, U-S-L-A-N, who produced Batman and Robin. Music was by Harry Manfredini, who did the music for Friday the 13th. I love the film. Cast, we have Ray Wise, who was Dr. Alec Holland, who was in Twin Peaks. He's in the middle. Great series. Don't watch the third one, it's crap. Nanette Brown, who was Nanette Brown, I think. Sorry about that. I don't know who Nanette Brown was. Oh, she was Dr. Linda Holland. Sorry about that. I scribbled it down wrong. And she was in My Boyfriend's Back. She's on the right. And Adrienne Barbeau, B-A-R-B-E-A-U, who was Alice Cable, who was in Escape from New York. It's a great film. Lewis Jordan, J-O-U-R-D-A-N, who was Arcane, who's in Octopussy. There's some great films here. David Hess, who was Ferret, was in The Last House on the Left. Nicholas Worth, who was Bruno, who was in Darkman. And Reggie Batts, B-A-T-T-S, who was Jude, who wasn't in anything else. It was filmed in Cypress Gardens in South Carolina and Charleston in South Carolina. And some trivia here. They filmed in the swamps of South Carolina and it was fairly miserable. It was during a ferociously hot summer with very, very high humidity, and there was a large black caterpillar plague. So they were in trees in big clumps and would chop down on your head and sting you. Awesome. So, like I say, it starts in a swampy type forest. It explains how monsters are born. There's this awesome green graphic for the title. The music's quite soothing. And then it says it's based on DC comic. I was like, is it? I didn't know, but apparently it is. And then we have this Rambo wannabe stalking the trees, complete with a headband. That turned out to be Ferret. And he attacked some dude with his mates. And it was a bit campy on the attack. He wasn't all like you wouldn't normally see in a action film. Then they used a snake bite on him. Right, he just sort of grabbed him and he was going to kill him. So the way he did it, he just fished into his pockets of his trousers and brought out a snake. It's like, am I about to watch something else? It just sort of bizarre. It's like, what the fuck? Now, what's his name? Dr. Alec Holland, who was very wise. I was looking at him thinking, who the hell? Where have I seen him in? Where have I seen? You know, when you see a person, it was turned out to be Twin Peaks, but I was like, where have I seen him from? He was very young. Obviously, it was filmed way back. So anyway, here and Alice have gone to look at a sensor where he wooed her a little bit, even though his sister still at. Although it's his sister, I suppose it's not his wife, or was it his wife? I haven't got a clue. Anyway, Harry. There was a guy called Harry. Isn't happy that he found out, and I looked in all this. I know who Harry was, as in the other character he was, because I don't want to spoil that one for you. But his listing isn't anywhere in the film titles, and I know you could say, well, he was so and so. But it can't have been. It must have been something else because there was a different face. Anyway, there you go. So Manfredi did the music. They ran into this lab, and I thought it was like watching Friday the 13th. because it was the very similar kind of music, the chase music that you would have. If you saw the original Friday the 13th, you'll know the music that when they're being chased, that kind of music, not the cha 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 cha. That's usually before anything actually happens. I'm talking about when you're running through the woods. So I think Holland's creating this modified plants resistant to weather kind of thing. You know what they're doing now in this world, this current whatever country you come from, they're currently testing this out so they can withstand heat and rain and all that business. Like, well, ahead of the time. But don't worry, they all have the lab coats on because they're scientists. They have to have the lab coats on. Even though Alice is literally stood next to them without a coat on. But it's okay though, it's completely fine because they're unbuttoned. It always annoys me when people say, well, they're scientists, they wear a lab coat. It's like, what's that lab coat going to do to you? What is it? It's supposed to protect you, but not when it's wide open. And also, what's the point in wearing it? Now, I must admit, these army dudes, they're like mercs, I think, are a bit weak, right? I just saw Linda, that's the sister or wife, I don't know, of Dr. Alec Holland, sort of elbow one in the stomach. He doubles over in pain, and then she just runs away. Then she knocks 2 out when she's running away. And Alice runs and knocks 2 more out. And I'm like, what the hell? I thought they're supposed to be hardened bloody soldiers. Not. Now, I'm not saying women aren't tough, but the troops are a bit light. You know what I mean? So I saw Swampy. I'm going to call him Swampy. There were 3 people firing him with machine guns. But it's okay. They're crap at shooting, so they can't hit a barn door. Unless they really need to, of course. So, Alice has made it to a gas station. And she met this black kid. It's on the trailer. That's Jude. Is it Jude? I think it is. Yeah, Jude. Reggie. And he's quite deadpan with his answers. So she's asked, does this place have a gun? And because all the army's outside. And he goes, what kind of place do you think this is? Of course there is. It's here. There was a lot of one-liners from him. It's a shame that he didn't do anything else. Maybe not, I don't know. Yay, somebody chipped over. They were running away. It was like, I'm going over here. On the left is the swamp. On the right is the swamp. I'm just going to run on this straight, flat road, and I'm going to fall over. It's like, why are you running the road? The car's there. I must admit, though, the kid was the sanest person in the entire film. When I was watching this, it was like, he's the only one that gets it. It's just weird. So I was watching them all trying to get swampy with grenades, machine guns, right? But our dude took them all out, right? At one point, he jumped onto the boat. He maybe rocked the boat a little bit because the 3 soldiers were like, just fell out the boat. I was like, what the hell am I watching here? Music was definitely like Friday the 13th, or even halfway through the film, it was like this so similar. His costume kind of looks a bit plastic or rubber. It still looks good, but you can tell it's rubber. Mind you, it's obviously not him. I must admit, though, when he grew a new arm, it looked like a long pointy leaf at the start. It was quite enjoyable watching that. I thought, what's he doing? There's just this long thing up here. I thought, what the hell is that? And then it's like turned into his hand. I was like, what? Now, I never knew there was a hot springs in a swamp with bubbling water and steam. I saw it and I was like, hang on, can you have that in a swamp, in the same swamp that everyone else is in? But apparently at this point it was a nice hot spring. Anyway, I enjoyed it. There was nothing like his Elm Street stuff. So if you ever seen any Nightmare on Elm Street, you know exactly what I mean. It's definitely, what was it? When was Nightmare on Elm Street done? I'm pretty sure it was done around about the same sort of time. Let me have a look. I'm curious actually. I don't know when he did his first film. But the story was good, and the acting was fun. The music was good. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984, so yeah, it was 2 years after, but it was a complete difference, I would say, in the way he was doing the film. I'm giving it a 6. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of Swamp Thing. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews, quite a few horrors, obviously, and loads of sci-fis. Give me your thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a comment below. Have you seen this film? I don't know if there's a sequel. I ain't got a clue. I mean, if there is, but I don't know. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.